Hi, everybody. It's Honest John again. The Supreme Court spoke today on Arizona's immigration law. As it often does, it left about a lot of issues unresolved. It doesn't say states have to leave the issue of immigration alone, but it does say that they have to conform with federal law. And it struck down three-quarters of Arizona's law. Now, Jan Brewer got up and painted it as a win, but I've never seen a baseball game where the team that scored one run won while the team that scored three lost. So it did leave in place the provision that allows police to ask for papers of people they suspect are illegal, but it struck down the requirement that immigrants carry those papers. So I have no clue how that's going to work. It did not address racial profiling, so we can look forward to a lot of lawsuits in regards to that. Sooner or later, the cops are going to hassle a citizen who is of Mexican origin or a legal resident, and that person will make themselves a nice chunk of cash. It also left in place a provision that any citizen can sue the local authorities if they believe they are not doing enough to enforce the law. Since most of the law got struck down, they might have a little trouble with that. But a clever lawyer could come up with something, so look for local police departments and sheriffs to spend a lot of time and money in court. Frankly, this isn't something that should be about winning and losing. But since Congress is paralyzed, this is what we're left with. Typically, Mitt Romney danced around the issue. He can't really take a stand without either losing more Latino votes or angering the GOP base, so he simply uses it as an excuse to criticize Obama. He can't call out the Congress because it's the people in his party that are standing in the way of immigration reform. In an unprecedented move, Justice Antonin Scalia, in his scathing dissent of the court's ruling, criticized Obama's recent decision to stop deporting certain illegals. Now, in the history of the Supreme Court, most justices have studiously avoided involving themselves in current politics. Even though their decisions are often political, they've avoided overt references to the current politics of the day. Scalia is the first to really jump into that. And it tells you a lot about him. Now, he is, along with Clarence Thomas, the most blatantly corrupt judge on the Supreme Court. So any criticism from him should be considered a badge of honor. And he mentioned that the Constitution made no provision for Obama to do what he did as far as changing policy on immigration, on how it will be enforced. Now, for Scalia to say anything about the Constitution is, frankly, laughable. Scalia thinks the Constitution gives corporations rights. It does not. And he thinks that money is speech. It is not. Antonin Scalia is proof that you can go through law school and become a judge without knowing a fucking thing. Thanks for listening.